Good morning, Andre here. Today I want to talk to you about the VEGVISIR, or the Viking Compass, which isn't really a compass, or that Viking. First time that we've actually heard of this symbol is in the Hult manuscript. Now that was written in the 19th century. Now the Viking age was between 793 AD and 1066 AD. Now that's about an 8th century difference. Okay, now in the Hult manuscript, there's only one sentence describing the symbol, and it says, if the sign is carried, no one will ever be lost in storms or bad weather, even when the way is not known. So that is kind of like a very Viking thing to say. They went on ships, they went on raids, merchants, whatever, and they were traveling by ship a lot, discovering new areas. You would think something like that does kind of make sense for them. And it is totally possible. It could be based on an older symbol, but there's no written proof of that. Like I said, 19th century, symbols like the VEGVISIR and, well, all golder stuffs were basically from the mid-ages to about the till modern time, really, that they were created. So if you're a Viking reenactor and you have that symbol, say, on a necklace or painted on your shield or whatever, then I'm sorry, you're wrong. There's absolutely no historical evidence of that at all. So it's not a Viking age symbol. Whether it's a Viking symbol is up to debate, because how do you see a Viking climbed on a ship and you were raiding some places, discovering new areas of Europe and the rest of the world? If you see it as kind of you're a modern person embodying that spirit of adventure and seeking new things and whatever, then it could totally be a Viking symbol. But it's not really a historically accurate thing for that age. It doesn't take away any of the validity of that symbol. It still works, people still believe in it. Collective consciousness of people kind of created that one image that is very, very real. And I totally believe that symbol will work, and I believe it to be a very powerful sigil. Now the Hult manuscript is written in the 19th century, way past the Viking age, way past most European paganism was abolished by the Christian church. There's a lot of Christian influences in it. You can see a lot of the golder stuffer kind of very much influenced by grimoires like the Seals of Solomon and stuff like that. So it's not based totally on pre-Christian Northern heathenism, but it could be. No one really knows. Stuff like the Aegis helmet is based a little bit more in heathenism, but I'll get to that in another video. Okay, when you Google the VEGVISIR, you'll find something like this, maybe like that. There's a few different versions. Some of the prongs are a little bit different. There's not really one finite version. It's like all symbols of this age or of a little bit older kind of evolve a little bit with time. And I think that's a good thing. It's supposed to grow. It's supposed to take on a life of its own. If you find something with the wind directions on it, or even the 9 different realms with Midgard in the middle, I'm sorry to say, but that's total BS. It's not a compass. It's a sigil that's supposed to not get you lost. It's not a compass. It's not something to show you which direction to go. It's something to keep you on the right direction spiritually and magically even to protect you. But it's not a guide. I draw a quick pencil line work sketch of the VEGVISIR, that which shows the way. Like all Icelandic magical staffs, it's basically got to do with the flow of energy. It stops certain energies, excels certain energies. Then I just basically put another layer on top of that, thicken the lines a little bit. I'm going to go with a negative dot work shading here. So basically I'm going to shade everything around the lines of the VEGVISIR. Not for any particular reason, it's just artistic licensing. There you'll see I've added all the dot work shading. Still find it a little bit empty. Just doing a little border. The VEGVISIR is kind of such a plain symbol, I suppose. Just a little jazz it up. And that's the final piece. As authentically Viking as you can get, I suppose, for a VEGVISIR. Okay, so now I have a really cool magical talisman to prevent me from getting lost. Not really a practical device to show me where north is. But forget about times and ages and whatever, whether it's a modern symbol or an ancient symbol. Like Odin said, wisdom is welcome wherever it comes from.